Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool, don't you think?
Yeah, those look
pretty
some
awesome.
of them look really pretty.
Oh,
Did you see which one's a throwback from last year?
no, what do you mean?
Yeah, the lights one.
Yep.
The one with the light.
White ones is a throwback from last year.
Those were my
That design
favorite.
is the same design from last year.
Those
Yeah.
look cute.
Those are pretty popular last year. I sold a lot of those.
They were. I
Yeah,
sold
the
a lot of
snowman
them too.
ones, right?
What, honey?
Oh,
Snowman ones?
Is that the Get Lit? No, the Get
No,
Lit
what is snow off? Bring your sleigh game. Feliz Navidad. Those are really cute. I like
Those
them.
are cute. Those are
Yeah.
gonna look really good with my hot chocolate sips and tips.
Yes, very
That's gonna
good.
look really good.
Oh, I know, the She's Lit. Those are
Yes.
from last year, right?
Yeah, the twinkle light part of it is, yeah.
Yeah. Ready, Set, Confetti. That looks really cute.
oh,
That
that's
looks
cute.
really cute.
Champagne Wishes. Oh my God.
Yeah,
I love their names. They have to be from Bill, don't you think?
I think
Yeah,
so.
for sure.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
Does anybody remember what the delivery deadline was last year for Christmas?
So last year you had to order them by 12/9 for guaranteed delivery. Margaret Gresham and I were talking
Sorry.
about this today.
Did I just get cut off? Oh, because somebody was trying to call me.
Oh, no, you're still on. Last year it was you had to order by 12/9 to guarantee Christmas delivery because at that
Yeah,
point
it's early.
it was slower. But
Right.
It was
I don't know
really
if we have
slow
a cutoff
last
this
year. It was really
Uh-huh.
slow last year. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping this year it'll be a little bit better, but I don't know. So there's how many sets? There's I just got rid of it. How many sets in total?
I'm pulling up a picture right now.
I think there was 12. I think
13,
13.
right?
I want to say
Okay,
14.
so we got two Thanksgiving and 12 Christmas.
Wait, 2 things still. There's 14?
Yeah.
Two Thanksgiving, yep, and then there's 12 Christmas.
Okay.
So then, can I ask a question on that, actually? Hi, sorry, finally got reconnected. So it says in the email today, it says we dropped a little sneak peek. Do you think they're going to add more that they didn't tell us about?
I heard there's a couple more.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
I thought like 2 or something like that. Actually, let me see. I'm like, where did I see that?
You know what's kind of good is that all spruced up, that deep forest green. We can actually use that for Halloween nails too.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
Yep, that can go with the green, the Ibiza Nights, and the orange Glad. There's your Hocus Pocus nails.
Yeah, you're right. Man, where did I see that? Because someone on the executive board said something like, hey, exactly what you said about are there going to be extra nails? And someone said, I think they said 2, but don't quote me on that. Maybe it was something else. Yikes. I'm trying to find it. Sorry, guys, but maybe it's not. Who cares?
And the thank heavens for stylist nails. I was getting a little bent out of shape because did you get yours, Carolyn?
I was going to say, did anyone get their
I got
nails
mine
today?
today.
I didn't get mine.
Oh,
I didn't even look. I should have somebody run out.
Yeah, I didn't get mine.
oh my God, they're so pretty.
Are they really?
They are wicked.
Oh, man,
Yeah.
I'll have to go out and look. Hey, wait, but did you guys see that the petite line updates?
Yes.
I can't wait for that.
Yes.
Oh, that
I must
is
get
going
asked that
huge.
every single show I do. I get asked that all the time.
all the time. I think that is going to be amazing. I'm super stoked about that. I can't wait to hear like more information. But the coolest thing is that they're actually taking our feedback, guys, which I think is like amazing. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we're definitely getting to that point. Kelly was saying that like Glenn and Melissa are like off the charts amazing. Like such a difference between them and when like we first started. So she's like, it's nothing but good vibes coming from them and just like a solid foundation, which that just means so much because you're like, you know, I feel like when I first hopped on, I wasn't quite sure if it was even a legit business. I was like, what the heck? You know, like I'm not sure. And I don't know. I just kind of feel like, oh, this is just such a good feeling. So I just think it's really cool that they're like actually starting to listen to us.
Yeah.
Someone did mention like someone is putting out there, they're going to put out a graphic called the Baker's Dozen Deal for this whole Christmas thing tomorrow. And what they're doing is they're saying you can get 13 sets for the price of 9. So when you place an order for 9 sets, you get 3 free, right? Plus a bonus set to take home from my inventory for free. That's buy 9, get 4 free. Shipping is only $3. So that could be something that you could use in your VIP group, or if you're like messaging people, that's like an amazing deal. And you can also spin it and kind of say like, hey, like if you need stocking stuffers or anything, right? Anything Christmas related, you can have a lot of sets. That's 13 sets.
Margaret, can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
I was just asking it, but I didn't realize I was on mute, so I thought everybody was ignoring me. So I was like, hey, I'm talking. Sorry. But what Connie said like a minute ago, what was it? What update that you said? I missed something. And then you said, isn't that fantastic? Something update.
The little kids' nails, Jen. They're finally hearing us about the little kids' nails.
Little kid nails. Great.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
And
That was it.
letting us know that like we've heard you and we're talking about it. We're working on it.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
Connie, you're very faint. I don't know if that's why you had the issue here in too, Jen.
No, it's just because I was on mute and I
Yeah,
didn't know it. Sorry. Okay, I'm good.
So I wanted to like just chat about just like stylist versus like leadership. And I took a poll and I asked like some of the stylists on our team how much they made just as a stylist versus like their leadership check, because it's 2 different things. So like when you're in your back office, you get a commissions check at the end of the month that's based on your team. You get enhanced commission if you go over that, right? We get that once a month. And then we get the rebates that we get paid weekly, and that's on your sales. And I tried to kind of take an average, so don't, and I'm not giving out numbers, I just kind of did like you know, a senior stylist made like 2 times more than just her sales, if that makes sense. So because she was a senior stylist and she chose leadership, she made 2 times more than just her normal paycheck for selling the nails. The team leaders made roughly around 3 times that. And then it kind of went up. Directors made 6 times. Senior directors made 10. And then and this was my highest, I made like 25 times what I sold. And Kelly probably made 10,000 times what she sold. But I wanted to just give you guys just like just like an outlook of looking at what it means, paycheck wise from a stylist versus when you work up the leadership ladder. And every single one of us can work up the ladder. It just depends on how much you're sharing that business opportunity. And it's the same goes with, hosting parties and selling the product. When I wake up every day, and I'll never forget, Barb said this to us, how do people know that you're open for business? Because you're not a brick and mortar business, right? So how do they know that you sell nails? So it's really up to you to decide, how am I going to market this? Which is really kind of cool in a way, because we have the ability to do it any way that we want, right? So if you feel comfortable with social media, you can put it on social media. You can put it on your personal Facebook page, your business page. You can create a VIP page. You can do it on Instagram. You can do it on YouTube. Who said Twitter the other day? Was it one of you guys? No? Somebody was like, oh yeah, and I use Twitter. And I was like, oh my God. You're clearly from Boston. I use Twitter. Just tweet me. I'm like, oh my God. But it depends on what you're comfortable with of how you want to open up your door and say, I'm open for business, right? So, you have to think of it as like a brick and mortar type of thing, right? If you're open 7 days a week from 7 to 9, you're going to get probably more business than the person who's only open from 7 to 1, right? So, think of that on like Facebook. Like for me, when I first started, I was posting, 1 post a day, and then I went up to 2. And then just recently I said to Kelly, can you look at my social media feed because something's missing? And she's like, well, you need to go up to 3 to 4. And I'm like, oh, but you know what? Like, okay, but does it all have to be Color Street? No, it doesn't, but if I'm not out there and people aren't seeing me, I'm not top of mind. So for me, I'm like, all right, if I want to use social media as a business, then yeah, like I need to get myself out there. I got to make sure that people know that, yes, I am open and I am open for business. But I also talk about the business like a lot. Everybody. So like for me, like I think I told you guys, like I was at Bath and Body Works and I had my nails up, and the woman said, oh, I really like your nails. All 3 people who were at Bath and Body Works all came over and they all looked at my nails. One girl went on her phone. I'm like, oh my God. There's like a line behind me and I'm like chatting about Color Street. And we actually moved over to another register, and I wrote down her email and she wrote down mine. But I also did a business plug. Like I didn't leave it at that. I kind of said to her, I'm like, Color Street's been an amazing business opportunity for me. And if you ever wanted to chat about it, we can. So I didn't just leave it like, okay, I'm just gonna tell her, all right, yeah, here's a sample, or give me your email. I kind of threw a little plug in there for my business because I want that to grow. So I think the most important thing to do is to have it in the back of your mind, because it did throw me off guard when I was buying the stuff. Like I had nothing with me. I had cash, which I never have, but I didn't have my wallet. I was running to the gym with my husband and my daughter, and we ended up stopping in, and I ran in to grab like one thing, and this whole thing happened. And even though I didn't feel prepared because I didn't have any samples with me or anything, but I was wearing the product, even though I'm not wearing it right now. I just took them off today. But I was wearing the product. So every time I'm wearing the product and I'm out socially, I have to be willing to talk about it. So it was like, I knew I didn't have anything with me. I still had my hands up on the counter because I still knew there's people out here looking at me. I can still get their information somehow, right? But you just have to be open to be willing to chat about the business. And if you're running Facebook parties, like every single hostess that is running a party should absolutely know about the business. They've already taken that one step forward to kind of say like, yes, I am willing to either invite people onto a Facebook group or invite people into my home. That's one step for you. Got that person one step further into being like, I might be able to do this as a business, right? She already did it. She already did the business of what you're doing. And that's getting somebody to open up their door and have a Facebook party for you, or an in-person party for you. So the hostess should be like a number one that you should be saying, like, would you ever think, or somebody said it best, I always want people to know what they're saying no to. Like, I want people to know that you're saying no to an amazing business opportunity. So can we sit down and chat about what you're saying no to? And I'm like, that's really kind of cool. That was like a different way of thinking of it. And I liked that. I liked how it sounded. To me, it did. But I do feel like once we have like a stylist pop on to our team, I don't know if you guys listened to Kelly's call last week. It was a girl who is now a director. She just started, I don't know, maybe like 5 or 6 months ago. She is from Beachbody, so she does probably have like, a good pile of people, But what her thought was, and her thought process was, just think to yourself, I want to get 2 people. Which this month, guys, we've all been saying, I've just been saying, let's just get 1. Let's everybody get 1 person this month. And that is by reaching out to 3 to 4 people a week, right? So if we do 3 to 4 people a week, that's how many people? That's 12 to 15 people that you're talking to about the business. And they say it's like a 10% rule. And so 1 person should hop on, 1.5 maybe. You got 1 hopping on and 1 hopping maybe wishy-washy. But I have to say, I don't know how many recruits we've had this month, but we've had a lot. Like a lot of people are popping on, and I'm wondering if that's what everybody is doing or not. I'm not quite sure. I was trying to do at the end of the week, like, have you chatted with anybody this week? I think I called it a recruiting blitz. I was a little off kilter after coming back from Waco, so but I think it helps just to talk to, like, if you have to simplify it, right? Because I think a lot of us are working full time, so it's really kind of hard to do this business. Like you come home and you've got stuff to do, right? So it's kind of like, all right, well, what do I want to focus on? And for me, it's like reaching out to like 5 people, like I have no idea who they are. I'm just friending them on Facebook and I'm saying like kind of like a little bit of a hello. I'm asking probably about 5 people a week to like maybe host a party for me, either in person or on Facebook. And I'm reaching out to 3 to 4 people a week for the business opportunity. Not a lot. You know what I mean? Like if you really get down to like the nitty gritty of it, those are the things that are going to push your business forward. You know, posting on social media, or even if you just did it once a day, right? So what were those? Are those 4 tasks or 3? I can't remember. I should have taken notes. 4, right? So 4 tasks that you need to do. And that's really it. How long would that take you? Like an hour, maybe? Something like that. I think what happens is that we do a lot of our business through Facebook, and then we start to scroll, and we're scrolling, and that's a time suck. You know, I learned at the leadership retreat, shut off those notifications, and I don't hear my phone ding. I don't hear what's going on. And it's a little bit concerning because I know there's a lot of messages coming in, but I allot certain time to look at those messages. I allot a certain time to go look on Facebook and comment on my friends and my family and all that kind of stuff. I'll hit like and comment. But I'm not scrolling. I set 15 minutes and I go almost like ready, set, go. I hit the news feed and everybody that comes up, like, comment. And I'm going through because I don't want everybody to think they have to comment on my stuff. Like I should be commenting on their stuff as well, but I don't want to be scrolling. It's a time suck, total time suck. It's not pushing my business forward, right? And like I have to schedule time to be with my kids. Like, you know, like what's important, right? So don't scroll on Facebook, but give yourself an allotted time to look at it. But don't scroll it. Do something while you're on it. Hit the like button and comment. Like button, comment. Don't scroll and don't do anything. Now you're really wasting time, right? Hit that like button. These are your friends. Let them know I'm looking at you. I'm looking at your stuff. You know, even if you don't like it, like it. Like, you know what I mean? Let them know that you're like, I'm being a part of your life, because that's really what Facebook is all about, right? It's supposed to be a social event, not really business related. And right now, we are very, very lucky that we get to use Facebook for free for our business. I gotta be honest with you guys, in the next couple of years, I'm not sure if it's all gonna be free. You know what I mean? So really kind of utilize it for what it's worth for right now and tap into it, because I can't imagine that Facebook is going to be free for life. You know what I mean? Or we're not going to be able to use it like on our personal pages for our businesses like we are right now. they're really going to push us to use those business pages, and then you're going to have to use Facebook ads, right? So like right now we're super, super fortunate to use Facebook as like, I mean, I know I am. I'm using Facebook for my business because I don't know how much longer it's going to be free. Instagram, using it for my business. I'll do Insta stories all day long. And if you guys are all on Instagram, you might think that I'm doing stories all day long, but I'm not. I'll do a story and I'll save it to my phone, and then like at a certain part of the day where it's scheduled, I'll add it. I'll add it. Then I'm done. And then you might see me like later in the night, and then I'll add it, done. So you really gotta like say to yourself, like, how am I gonna focus to get stuff done? Just stop the scrolling on Facebook. How did I get here through leadership? I got diverted. But back to like the whole leadership and the leadership phase, you know, you have to say to yourself, what do I want out of the business, right? Do I want to build a team? Or do I want to sell? Because there are people who just want to sell, and that's totally fine. Anybody can be a leader. I mean, a leader is a person who's going to motivate their team. They're going to be positive. They're going to have communication like this, where it's on a team call. What else could a leader do? A leader has to like envision like accountability. Envisioning your team. I don't know who's somebody's loud. Sorry, I'm gonna like mute maybe people.
Yeah, mute everybody.
Case. But like, don't ever think like you can't be a leader, right? Because anybody and everybody can be a leader. And even when your new people pop on, they should be having like those leadership skills, especially if they want to build a business. I would absolutely say to those people, listen, talk about the business and talk about it a lot. Because think about how quickly your team could build. Like if you said to yourself, I'm going to concentrate this month and I'm going to add 2 people to my team. And I'm going to tell those guys that you really need to add 2 people to your team, right? Are they chatting with people? Are they, you know, if they're selling the product, then they're chatting about the product. If somebody bought the product, they should know about the business. I mean, I've got a ton of clients. They are all knowing about the business because I want them to know. I want to like dangle the carrot a little bit and kind of say, guys, this is an amazing business opportunity. You know, I'd love to tell you guys about it. That's all you have to say. If they say no, move on. All right. Gotcha. No worries. Like I hear no all the time. All the time. No. And that's fine. It's not for them. It's okay. I don't not like waste my time, but kind of. I don't waste my time and I move on. Okay, next person. Because I know there's going to be somebody out there that wants this and needs this. Like, it's been a huge game changer, like, for, like, my life, my family. You know, I was just chatting with my husband, and I'm like, what's our future goal here, like, with this business, you know? And he's a finance guy, so all you guys who know him, he's already run, I don't know how many numbers. You know what I mean? Like, of projections of, like, you know, if you stayed at this, like, what, you know, your income level and stuff like that. Like, and I know, like, a lot of people, listen, I work at Children's Hospital. This time last year, I was working, you know, 35 hours a week. I'm down to 27 hours. I am hoping if they let me, right, Connie? You know, hopefully by the beginning of next January, I'll be down to like 15 hours there. And then it comes to like the goal of, you know, we've got 3 kids who want to go to college. I want us to pay for all 3 kids' colleges, guys. That's a lot of freaking money. It's like $600,000, right? But I want my kids to be able to have that and not have to worry about it. That's my vision. And I really feel like as, like, you know, as a stylist, you kind of have to have that vision. You know what I mean? Like, what do I envision? What would be, like, amazing at the end of this journey? Like, what could it do for you and your family? Because when I first started, it was, you know what, I'll take $100. And then it was like, I'll take $500, please. What's that saying? Well, I'll take, was it Alex? I'll take 500. I was like, and after a while, your goals start to change. And what I realized was it was in the leadership phase was where the money was. And Kelly mentioned that on one of her calls like a while back. I think they were talking about sales. And somebody said, well, what are you going to do about sales? And she said, I'm not worried about sales. It's more profitable to recruit. And I'll never forget her saying that. And I was like, oh, that's how I need to think. And from that point on, I was like, okay, I want to recruit at least 2 people a month. And I don't have a magic pill. I just talk about the business. Like I said, all the hostess, they all get something about the business. Even clients, friends, family. I always say to like my friends and my family, I'm like, I want to take you guys to the top with me. Like, I don't want to be up at the top and have nobody to play with. Like, you know what I mean? Like, who's going to be drinking margaritas on the beach with me? You all. You know what I mean? So it's like, right? It's kind of like you have to say to yourself, is it worth reaching out to people? I say hell to the yeah. Like, just because I feel like it's worth it, and it takes a lot of work to get to that point, but it's so worth it. What do you guys have for like questions and stuff like that? So I kind of went on a tangent a little bit, like I kind of got off beat and stuff. Anyone? Bueller? Now I got them. Okay, I'll go across the board. All right, Connie.
So as much as I like to talk, like I say to you all the time, like I just have such a hard time with doing that damn Frank list. I think I'm afraid of, because I've done so many of these things where I start them, I'm excited about them, and then they all fizzle. They're like, they look at me like, oh shit, what is she doing now? Do you know what I mean? So for me, that's my big hurdle. I have to try to, I really need to try to get out of my head. And for as much as I think I'm getting out of my head, I still haven't done my Frank list. Do you know what I mean? So I talk about the business. I'm doing all the little different things that you've been showing us and telling us. And I'm getting stylists that way, but I'm almost like, do I think I could get more if I did the Frank list? I don't know. Cause I just don't know what people are going to say or not say. I mean, I did get a stylist today from a party. So, I'm excited about that, but and this is her first time ever doing anything DS too. So I'm like, oh my God, I need to know what I'm doing before I can guide this one, So.
Yeah, but you always have me to like, if you're like, Margaret, I got to get on the phone with this girl and I'm not quite sure. 3-way.
Yeah. Yeah. 3-way calls. Yeah.
3-way Zoom and chat with each other. You know what I mean? Like you always have someone to chat with that person. Don't ever feel like you're alone.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No,
but you do need to get out of your own head. And I think that's kind of like the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, like that woman who does, what's her name? I forget that book, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jen, you know it. I'm going to unmute Jen. Jen, wait. I'm trying to unmute you. How come I can't unmute you? Do I have to like? Jen.
Okay. All right. Mel Robbins.
Mel Robbins.
Yeah.
Hey, somebody told Michelle Albright she looks like Mel Robbins. Do you guys know Michelle Albright? She's got blonde.
Yeah, kind of.
A little bit. So what were you gonna say? Was that it or no? You had your hand up.
I did. Is Connie done?
Yeah.
Yes. I forget my question. Do we know up-to-date numbers on active stylists throughout?
So there was
I saw something floating around a couple days ago, but I didn't know how up-to-date it was.
Well, it was September 2018. It said there was 30,979 active stylists.
Okay.
11,685 qualifying stylists, 2,396 senior stylists, 1,201 team leaders, 408 directors, 165 senior directors, 77 executive directors, 32 senior executives, 8 national, 4 Sapphire executives, 2 Rubies, and 1 Emerald executive. But
And
30,000 or 31,000, that's not a lot.
well, and that is my next question. Do we have competitive numbers, or do we have, like, has anybody ever seen competitive numbers, or
What do you mean from
anything like that?
direct sales?
Yeah, from other
Sales companies?
businesses.
Well, I know when I left Beachbody, so that was like a year and a half ago, they had 450,000 coaches.
Oh wow. Okay.
And people are still killing it. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Okay.
They did mention a little bit of Canada, that they don't think it's going to be until like next year. But that's something else that we might want to think about all doing, is preparing for that. I'm not really quite sure how. I'm going to ask some other people how they're doing it. But also too about, like, you know how Kelly did that like 3-day recruiting blitz? People were talking about doing like a 1-day, like that girl from the meeting, she does a 1-day, and I know Beachbody does that a lot. They usually do it like once a month. They do it like for like an hour, and everybody comes on. They're in like a Facebook group, and it's like they all get like 10 minutes or something like that. They all go on, talk for like 10 minutes, and then at the end they answer questions. I think Margaret wanted to do one in her group, and I thought that was awesome. You know, if anybody else wants to do it, I'd be more than willing to either do one, or if you guys want to host one, you want me to talk on it, I could do that too. Like, but I think that's like an awesome call to action. You know what I mean? Like, if you're posting that, and just, that's like a great thing for, like, if you know somebody that you think could possibly, like, that's a great way of like introducing the business, kind of saying like, hey, we're having this, you know, team call, and we're just going to be chatting about the business. Would you be interested in going? It's going to be blah, 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 Thursday night at 7. If you can't be on live, no big deal. You can just listen to the recording. And that's like a great, like, topic. Like Connie, like, that would be great for you. Like, if you're reaching out to people, you could just, it's almost like, it's not so intrusive, right? It's kind of like, hey, just want to let you know this is going on. Would you like to join it? No, you know, like, no pressure type of thing. I think those would be great. Yeah, Jen.
Can I just an FYI, just last week, for anybody who has a like prospects group,
Yeah.
I just was hearing, like, there was just crickets. I'd post things there, and information and whatnot, no response, nothing. So I decided last week, and this is what I'm going to do moving forward. I'm only going on live in that group. Maybe not only going on live in that group, but I'll still put some information up there. But that is the first time that I've created any kind of any acknowledgement of anybody in my group is from having gone live the last couple of times in that group.
Yeah.
And just saying, just talking, just so, like, Connie, you're saying, like, how do you kind of get over that? And because I've done that, like, we've done this, that, and the other thing. So what makes this one real? Talk to them about it, and be able to talk to them about it just in the group. And I haven't, I have a couple of prospects, but it just felt different. It just felt different doing it that way. That's it.
Yeah, Jen, I actually went on live on my personal page, and I was chatting about Color Street, and I felt like I was pretty real with it, and I got a lot of comments saying, thanks for being so honest and real. And I think that's what people want to see. Like, they don't want to see you being like glorifying it all. You know what I mean? They kind of want to know, like, what is this all about? Like, what are you doing? Like, you know what I mean? And I think it's good to be real.
I don't want to take up more time, but I had this thing come to my head the other day watching that girl that Kelly had on last week about how she and I'm going to start calling it no guilt money. So I'm not making crazy money, but I'm making no guilt money. So I can go meet a friend for coffee with no guilt.
Yeah.
I can buy those shoes I saw at TJ Maxx, not Nordstrom, but at TJ Maxx with no guilt. And I think that is reasonable for people to be able to identify with. I can't identify with stupid money yet, but I can identify with just not having any guilt over meeting a friend for lunch because I earned a couple bucks this
Right.
week. So that's the other thing. I'm going to start calling it no guilt money.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead, Con. We have less than a minute, so it might shut off, but go ahead. No, it's okay. Oh, sorry, Con. Wait, Con, you're
We
muted.
want stupid money.
Wait,
want
we
the
didn't
stupid
hear you.
money.
What'd you say?
I said, we want the stupid money. We'll
Yes,
take
we
no
do.
guilt money for now, but we want the stupid
Yeah,
money.
exactly. Exactly. Yes. And then, and I really think we should talk about those groups. Like if we want to do one even like once a month or every other month or something like that, I think that's something that would be really kind of cool. And I think we should all be involved because this is kind of like our team. Like the 3-day that Kelly does, it's so big. You know what I mean? That I just feel like if it's a smaller group, it'd be
So
better.
why don't we do that? I mean, we're almost $1 million team. Like in like a couple of days, we're going to be $1 million team. Why don't we just
Right.
do a Nail Republic, once a month thing maybe, or once every other month?
Yeah, Carolyn, what's up? Oh,
Oops.
say it again.
Then we can rotate who talks in the team too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we can all work on putting content in, but we can just rotate who goes in and chats about their experience. And
Yeah.
I think the gal who spoke in Kelly's group Kelly's thing last week said that one of her